Well, a screenwriter couldn't write a script better than this. USA versus Japan, two heavyweights in a one-run game in the final of the World Baseball Classic, and two of the top three players in the game, in Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout, facing each other. Japan was victorious, and now, of course, Trout and Ohtani will join forces on this Angels team. Now, can they get to the next step? That remains a question, but it is amazing to think about both of these talents on this team. With more on that, Harold, take it away.
Can you imagine Trout and Ohtani are teammates? Imagine if Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle were teammates. And that's kind of what I'm taking a look at real quick, because I want people to remember how unique this situation is that we're watching them. Now, Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle weren't teammates, but Mike Trout and Mickey Mantle, 6'2", 235, 5'11", 198. Now, man, they look a little bit alike, right? I mean, it's pretty amazing how similarities they have. Both playing center field, roaming the field, doing all the different things. We talk about 5 tools in defense. That's 457 in center, Mick running them down. How about Mike Trout running them, jumping over walls and doing this for 10 years in the big leagues? How about the speed? I want you to look at how fast Mickey Mantle gets to first base on a drag bunt left-handed. That was 3.39. Mike's going to get down there on a 3.95 from the right side. So you flip him over, it's right there around the same speed. How about hitting for average? Mick did it both ways, left and right-handed. But how about the Swiss scissor act here? All right, Mike Trout does the same thing. This is what I was talking about, these uncanny actions that are very similar between the two. The scissor effect right there with Mike Trout. All right, how about just stupid power? I mean, not just hitting for power, but stupid. This is a 490-foot home run, basically 500 feet. I mean, even Ohtani was like, wow, man, he's got crazy power too. But how about Mickey Mantle, 56 World Series, he hits this ball in Evans Field. But how about this one that was legendary in New York City? Now, back in the day, they didn't have the cameras, but this supposedly hit the walls at the top of the Yankee Stadium. But now we always hear about Babe Ruth and Shohei Ohtani, right? 6'2", I didn't realize Babe was that big. I don't think many of you did either. How about Shohei, 6'4", 6'5", both power hitting, left-handed hitters. That's what comparison for me really stops. I mean, we talk about Ohtani being able to throw his fastball at 100 miles an hour, and Babe Ruth pitching and winning several games as a pitcher. So we throw these two together, Babe Ruth and Ohtani. Hold on, people. Timeout. When Ohtani's on the mound, it's more like Nolan Ryan, throwing nasty curveballs and then throwing a nasty heater that's 100+ miles an hour. That's what you're really thinking about. The power and the dominance of a Nolan Ryan on the mound. That's what Shohei Ohtani reminds me of. But the separator of it all is his speed. Shohei Ohtani is 6'5", and he might be the fastest guy in every field he plays on. Here's Mickey Mantle on the drag bunt, all right? Watch how quick Mickey gets down there. 3-4, and it's almost out the box. Here's Shohei on a drag bunt. He held back, and he knows he's safe. That's 3-7. I don't think people realize how fast this dude is. I just figured I'd throw a little something on your opening day. Don't forget, we're watching two of the greatest players in the history of our sport this year.